Good afternoon everybody, and welcome to Newcastle International Airport. Slightly earlier start because I can see we've got a number of friends in the chat, and therefore feels like it's a good moment to take the plunge. We do have a Chewy 737 inbound from Palma de Mallorca, the 737 MAX 8, departed 2 hours 20 minutes ago, and that is going to be the opening plane of the show. So I hope you're all doing well. Happy Friday and all that. I guess the other reason I've started a little bit earlier is my fear that we're going to get hit with a deluge. Just rechecking the forecast. Heavy rain for possibly an hour. Around 4 o'clock was the forecast when I left home, but it's been moving around left, right and centre. And to be honest, as you could probably tell from the opening position of the camera, looking over at the 777, very heavy clouds. I think anything can happen. I've gone for a convert to wet setup, so slightly different position here. I'm right against the hedge line as well, trying to mitigate the risk of wind being blowing in the rain behind me. So we'll see how that does. Right, let's just quick look. See, something bleeped a second ago, so I need to check on that. There we look to be present and correct. So I think, without further ado, I'm just going to get myself into the chat, proper chat. As you can see from the windsock, it's a pretty blowy afternoon. West south westerly. I'll just check Meta in a minute, see what it's telling, but yeah, it's a decent gusty day. I don't think it's going to do anything extravagant off the seam, if you excuse my cricket metaphor. However, if it rains, it will definitely bring it in with a bit more venom. Not so keen on that. Let's just find Scotland's finest for a second. This is always the bit of the show where it's like its own Philharmonic orchestra. Grateful if somebody could confirm on sound as well. That'd be pretty spiffing. So Janine K is the first name I can see there. See yous later. Yes, Janine, I will be here, even if it's torrential and it wipes the broadcast out. I will film your arrival by hook or crook. Excuse me, that's just me scoffing a bit of lunch. Got another arrival inbound. A jet2.com from Ibiza, 737-800. Let's go to that next. We'll do the chat hellos straight after that. I think the guys and girls on this plane have probably just looked out in terms of catching our good weather. Of course, it's not going to be as good as Ibiza's, but I'm sure the work colleagues will say, oh, it's been really nice here. Never quite as nice as being on holiday, is it? Sipping a cool one by the side of the pool. So if you've just joined the show, I'm Mark. Assuming you don't know that already. Looks like the brolly might have to get deployed. It's starting to fat spot me now. Anyway, Janine, we're going to see about 5 o'clock today when her CityJet CRJ 1000 Eurolight jets into Newcastle International Airport, so that'll be nice to see. Plenty more in between times while we await Janine's arrival. Oops, keeping up. Deborah Speller, big wave from Mark. I would be waving back on camera, but I've not bought the second camera today. I think the prospects of some catastrophic rain were just too risky. In fact, I'm just going to let this drift out of shot while I get me brolly. You know what I'm like for chancing my arm. I do like to do so if I can. But occasionally it can backfire. So Deborah Speller, big wave to you. Finnair 350 fan, Dallas, Australia, hello to you. And our friend at Glanton, Political Bias, how you doing, buddy? What's the weather doing there? Although this is more of a westerly thing, isn't it? But I am curious. Christian Gardner, hello to you, Christian. Hope you've had a good Friday. In fact, a great week actually. Somebody else on finals I see as well, so I'll put the camera straight there in a jiffy. I'm having the usual drama that I have getting through the first phase of the chat screens. Right, done it again. If I knew what it was, I'd stop doing it. So the next plane coming our way is an EasyJet from Bristol. Just switching horses there. An A320. Shortly to be on your screen. You might be able to hear a little bit of that drizzle now on the brolly. The interesting thing is going to be what happens when I put the brolly down. Is it going to blow away down the hill? Well, that one went okay. Hopefully this will be nothing more than a passing shower. You never know, do you? I've split the risk. I'm in waterproof trousers and an everyday polo shirt. Just feeling a bit jaunty. Something's droning nicely overhead. What could that be, I wonder? No chance of a skyscrape whatsoever. It's a Jetstream 41 in Eastern Airways colours, transiting between Humberside and Aberdeen. At least they've still got their connection. So last I looked, the wind speeds, or certainly the gusts, were forecast to be in the region of 30 miles an hour. And as certainly folks who live in Northumberland and the northeast generally know, certainly here it's been pretty windy over much of the last 24 hours, certainly overnight. Not sure if the brolly's going to last the show either. just going to get my rucksack from where I've secreted it, save it getting drenched. Let's put the camera somewhere else for the moment. There will do. Random selection. Get my headphones back. Jeez, that is... Sorry about wafting the brolly in front of you. Just taking a little bit of working out where best to point things at the minute. I think I've got it under control. So let's see if I can get back to the top of the chat. Thank you for bearing with me, team. Thanks, Rab. I've just seen your comment on sound. Thank you for anybody else that has confirmed it's okay. 3 ads before you could get the stream. Oh, that's YouTube squeezing the pips. As members will know from the information I shared, what they pay us from the ad revenue, it's a joke. Of course, I don't know what they actually truly make either, so it could all be relative. So I'm really hoping this passes through. We'll check it out in a minute. I've definitely, and for the avoidance of doubt folks, I never select in-stream ads or anything that top loads the front end of the show. It really annoys me if I see it on other streams I'm watching. Personal thing, because it annoys me on the television. So where were we? So good afternoon, Rab. Good afternoon, Paul's Hijinks, Alibi 58, and Paul Turk. I hope you're all doing well. Kenji is in the house. How you doing, Ken? And Chigwell's Finest. It wouldn't be a Friday show without Chigwell's Finest. God, this is horrible. Let me just show you what it looks like down the runway. Yep, it's lovely. What's not to like? And my calculation was entirely that this would be a passing hazard for an hour. I wasn't expecting it from pretty much the get-go. Eek. Thanks, Paul Turk. Let's stick around and see if we can keep this great stream going. Something new every day. Let's check the lens. Yeah, it should be. The big risk is stuff being blown in behind me rather than at me, I think. So hopefully we can cover this off with a brolly. Be nice if we could. Be nice if this cleared off as well. The Jet 2 that you are looking at is off to Skiathos, where I'd be very surprised if it looks like this. What a send-off. Sam Thurlaway, hello to you. And Yorkshire Biker. Hope you're both doing well. Getting a bit chilly now actually. Oh dear. This is pretty ferocious. I'm precocious and the conditions are ferocious. Not a good combi. Good afternoon, Mark Pride. Hello mate. This is an unreal experience. It's looking like it could be a bit better in about 10 minutes, but we'll see what the Met Office says. Visibility is absolutely pants now. Telescopes are currently bit like F1 really, isn't it, with the what's that, I've forgotten the device now, that it'll come to me anyway, but they go a bit faster down the straight. Anyway, long story short, telescopes deactivated. It's just too horrible for that. I'm kind of operating one-handed at the minute, but I'm not expecting this to be the afternoon, so let's stick with it. Trevor Russell, hi Trevor. And Christian's got it dry in Rickmansworth. I made up for it, Christian. Do you think you could export some of that here? It does look a bit brighter now to my sort of 9 o'clock position. Janine K, God love you, super chatting us as you have. I can't put the fireworks on, and same if anyone's got any membership milestones or anything they want to do. At the minute I'm firework dry, it's just too precarious to get the lid off the box, to be honest. But Janine, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great flight. Yes, I think the brolly emoji that you've chosen there with it is pretty apt. So a couple of shout outs as well while things are in this sort of introductory phase. So Jack McAlpine, friend of the show as he is, currently recovering from an operation. Don't know if you're watching, Jack, but hope you get well soon. Can't wait to see you down at the airport. And also our much loved friend Michelle Johnson. Not expecting Michelle to be in the show today. She's also under the weather. So Michelle, if you've got this on and you're just listening to the show, much love from me and the crew. Has that guy got shorts on? He has, just like our postie. Oh dear. So where was I? Glenn's Aviation, love, hello to you. This is Newcastle, mate, so you're working. We're trying to rival Scotland's, 4 seasons in a day kind of thing. And it was really nice until 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. And I think it's going to be much nicer again soon. Let's just hope that it don't get no heavier, or I'm stuffed. Janine K, it is what it is. Just grateful for your support. You are a member of the channel as well. And that is not an inexpensive flight connection, as I know myself. Not unaffordably so, but dearer than I was keen on, if I was honest. But fairish, I suppose, for scheduled time conditions. I've got a picture of the inside of Janine's plane. It's not the one she's on, it's a slightly different reg to the one I had, but just to show you what the cabin looks like on a Mitsubishi CRJ 1000 Eurolight. Pretty swish, I have to say, pretty swish. I waited till everybody got off and then took the shot, as will be obvious when you see it. And of course folks that are in the Facebook group have already seen it, so I do apologise that it's something you've seen before. But yeah, Glenn, it's the rain, mate. You can hear Annie Lennox in your head. Here comes the rain again. We're going to try and get to Annie's standards there. Somebody's on finals. Out of the gloom. I might have to take this long. It's Eurowings, a baby bus inbound from Dusseldorf. Don't know how much of this we're going to get. As you can see, grabbing a focus is going to be ridiculous. Let's see what we can do. November. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? See, all the filthy weather is more at that end. So it's more about grabbing enough of the plane and not being dazzled by the plane. By gum. Christian Gardner, I've got to stick it out, mate. Most streamers will tell you this, if not all, that when the weather turns bad, it might potentially stop your stream for different reasons, but if you're out in the sticks, you're pretty much going to have to stick under whatever's covering you, being it a brolly, also the gazebo, or people use different things, don't they? But so as long as you've got a signal and the electrical stuff is actually dry, you're kind of in business. Sun Express are on their way out. I think that might have been delayed because I'm sure this was a 1:15 departure as originally slated. Good afternoon, Tina York. Yeah, just a little bit of rain, just enough to keep your grass green. Mowed mine yesterday, so I'm all good. Although I guess it'll want cutting in about 2 days' time with a bit of rain after some sunshine, but hey ho. HGC, hello to you. Well, you can have as much of my rain as you would actually like. Not sure what we can do in terms of exporting it your way, but I'm hoping this means that the forecast deluge for 4 o'clock, that was the case a few hours ago, has just come in early, and this was it. That'd be a right result. Jaden McNeish, hello to you. It has been there for a while, the Sun Express. I'm sure, like I was saying a few minutes ago, I'm sure it was a 1:15 departure originally. Let me just have a quick look, see. Usually comes in about 11:15, so let's see what flight radar think. No, even worse. You're right, Jaden. Should have been out at 12:20. So that's Sun Express. Not exactly racing out the door. And the Skiathos departure is over there in waiting purgatory. I think this happened last week, if memory loosely serves. As you can see, the skies are getting better. I can see a bit of the blue stuff. It could catch on. Jamie Pickles. Hello, Jamie Pickles, and John Taylor. Hope all is good. Gary Fleming, hello to you. And Robert Brailsford. Hi, Robert. Tony McCall is in the house. Yeah, the weather definitely not what you want, and if it had been a forecast of that all afternoon, I would have cancelled the stream. I think it's just too difficult to run for 4 hours entirely without being able to touch different bits and bobs. It's doable, I've done it before. It's the setting up bit which is trickier. Sunny in Somerset. You know, I never imagined it could be any different, Robert. I imagine it's sunnier everywhere than wherever I am. And yes, as Jamie Pickles says, windy day. Oh, I did say I was going to have a quick look to see what Meta is currently telling us. So at the minute, we've got a wind around 17 knots. Cloud ceiling starts at about 3,000 feet. 10 knots of crosswind. That's a bit more than I thought. And 14 knots of headwind. So that's going to be a more interesting component, because I think the wind, last I looked, was forecast to be a little bit stronger as the afternoon progresses. Now, as memory serves me from last week's show, this Logan Air ERJ 145 is off to Exeter. Janine is waving goodbye to 30-degree temperatures in Germany. I'm fairly certain, Janine, you're not going to find that here. Well, I think you know that anyway, don't you? I think you have to go a fair way south to be into that kind of bracket. I'm just going to go to the Sun Express departure. It's at the bottom of the track. Holding though, so that's interesting, and we know the answer for that now because somebody is on finals. Glenn's Aviation, the Tiger Moth show is 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. Be watchful, perhaps 10 or 15 minutes before that. We'll probably fire it up a little earlier than the advertised time. Eddie's going to be on the kit, you see, so he's just going to want to be able to see what I do in that phase in case he has to do a reboot when I'm up doing my circuit. I've got a little graphic to show you actually, folks, show you where I'm going. But before we get to that, we've got another Jet 2 Holidays livery inbound from Malaga. Registered Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Tango. You know when you've been tangoed. This plane departed 2 hours and 35 minutes ago. In fact, let's line up for it because focus still might be a bit tricky. As you can see there, all the rubbish weather is pretty much at that end now. This end it's more nuisance weather. I will get there. I will get there. Jeez, this is tricky. Now the takeoff that we're going to see in a minute, I'll probably just have to let that go because with the brolly in my left hand and nice spray shot there, the panning handle currently in my right, although I think I might swap those over actually. It's not my preferred stance, it's just the wind is sort of bringing the wet in a bit more from my left shoulder. Right, let's get back to the lining up plane, if I can have any of it. Just a bit. I'm thinking this could end up actually being a wet show now. I'm changing my mind on that one. So according to the learned people at the Met Office, that heavy rain isn't actually due until 4 o'clock, exactly what it was when I looked before. I reckon they're finished for the day, travelling out to Germany to watch the footy or something. Let's take an early finish. It is Friday. Good afternoon, Melody R. Big wave from Mark. Right, this is going to be great interesting. I'll stick with it as long as I can. I'm now holding the brolly and panning with the same hand. Seems to be the way to go. Can't go chasing it, I've discovered. Right, let's see if we can get the rain radar up, because there's something not right with that forecast. View weather map, let's find out what's going on. According to the rain radar, the rain is technically to the northwest of the airport, but I can confirm that is not the case. There's a load of rain turning up behind that. Let's see if it keeps coming. This is going to be a wet show, folks, I reckon. Right, strap in. It's going to be a wet one. If I trust the rain radar, which I usually do to be fair, I know that it's just going to keep coming. It's a bit of a pig. Want to bother with a sun cream? Simon E, hello to you. And thanks everybody for your kind thoughts towards Michelle. Janine K, boarding in 25 minutes. Do not lose yourself in this stream and then realise that the plane has gone. I've done that before at a railway station, sitting there messaging away. My train came and went. I've got that many horror stories involving trains that I've fallen asleep on or otherwise missed connections. I love the fact that no matter how rubbish the weather, the ground ops team just take it in their stride, don't they? They really do. Audrey McDonald, hello to you. And I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow. Well, if I see you there from 2 p.m, I'll get you a coffee and a bun. Be lovely to put a face to a name. Oops. Is that a landing that's coming? Like I say, there's no telescopes here. It can't be done. It's coming out of a gloom. So my score is actually mired on 16. See if we can actually establish what plane this is, though. It'll be a neat idea. So this chewy arrival inbound from Naples, and you guessed it, it's a Max 8. In for the Max. Right, I think Logan Air are next to go and could be rolling. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're rolling. We'll let it come on to us. Apologies, the picture quality is going to be a bit misty. Can't do anything about that. I think the light is improving though, so that's definitely an upside. Struggling to get the brolly back then. Steve Simpson, hello to you. I love that, mate. Very good. The reigning champion. Yes. Oh dear. That's the best joke I've heard today. Melody BR's got rainfall warnings as well. Well, we've enjoyed what bit of summer we had, if I can say that slightly tongue-in-cheek. Yeah, alibi. A wee shower. Let's face it, we've sat through worse, ain't we? Ishan Dividi, hello to you. How goes it? Welcome to Newcastle on a showery, kind of wet Friday afternoon. But it is Friday afternoon. In fact, for a lot of people, it's already Saturday morning, I guess. So, no bad thing. DMC 22. Hello to you, my friend. You've still got quite a bit of Friday to go at, so it'll be our pleasure to help you with that. Looks like Eastern Airways are at the bottom of the taxiway with their Embraer 190, shortly to go to Amsterdam as a wet lease flight for KLM. I'm just going to check my box a minute, just to check I'm not losing anything. Oh, it's a turn and burn. I'm going to have to gamble. Phew. I do declare the rain has stopped. Am I declaring the rain has stopped? I think I am. Oh. Ah, I've called it. The rain has stopped. And that might be reflected in John Taylor's comment. Lovely at concert, which is I think roughly southwest to my position. What, 15 miles, 20 miles, John? Something in that region. Mohammed Ibrahim, hello to you in Iraq. Big wave from Mark. I'm hosting the show here at Newcastle, United Kingdom. Hope you're keeping well. Ash Watts is in the house. Hello, my friend. Mark Pride's looking forward to tomorrow's aviation stream. Yeah, the Tiger Moth show. So, just in case anybody hasn't seen, I can get in the box now. That's amazing. Whatever next. So, there's the thumbnail. So do look out for tomorrow's show. That plane in the foreground is the one that I'm going up in. The one in the background, the silver one, the Chipmunk, is one that apparently Keith Cornella's flown in many years ago. So amazing. And for those who like to know these things, here's the route tomorrow. 30 minutes. There you go. And without further ado, here's Janine's fireworks. Rain has returned now, I've put the brolly down. Oh, can't help myself. So we've got, if you like your 777s, which I think most of us do, the Emirates one, sitting over there, is due out at 2:15. I've not checked its arrival time, to be fair, so I guess that's all predicated on a timely arrival. Gordon Bennett, DMC 22, 95 Fahrenheit today. That's what, 33, something in that region? I'm not sure actually. Terry the artist in the house, always sunny where Terry is. How goes it, Tel? And Steve Walton, hello to you. Blue skies out the window. You're 3 miles from the airport. Which side of the airport? Because you've... Oh, I can see a bit of blue now. Perhaps you're on my side. Callerton side. That would cheer me up. Nick Gray. Good afternoon, Nick. No, it's not fog so much. It's just horrible rain. But it seems to have abated. Well, I'll put the brolly back up. Yeah, I think we're okay. Nell W, hello to you, Nell W. Are you finished now? In which case, kick back, make sure you got a drink, and all is good. Let's see who else I've not said hi to. Jollyman77, good afternoon to you. Rain should be away in 15 minutes, and that was what, 14:19? Yeah, not far off. It definitely is. I think it's gone. It's still spotting at the minute, but I think I'll be able to get the lid back off the box in a minute, which will be handy, and certainly be able to track the departures overhead. That'd be nice. Katie Ann Jones, hello to you. Dried up on the coast. I think you can probably hear it now. It's just restarting, but I genuinely think, I don't know. You look over your left shoulder, it's all the good things we've just been talking about. You look over your right shoulder and it's kind of slate grey and horrible. Fine margins. Don't worry, Nick Gray, you have to have the rough with the smooth. I think the forecast for tomorrow's Tiger Flight trip is spot on sunwise. The worry always with these trips is whether the wind conditions are such that the operators decide that they're going to cancel. I haven't had a call so far to say they're going to cancel, but it is another gusty day tomorrow for chunks of it, so fingers crossed and all that. In fact, I can think about little else. Britannia079, hello to you. To be fair, I wasn't expecting to be getting quite as wet quite so soon. I was expecting that heavy shower at 4 o'clock. Thought I'll do that, get Janine's arrival at 5 o'clock, and then if the weather's too rubbish, call it at that point. Wasn't expecting a trial run, but it's all good. Daniel Watkins, good afternoon Daniel, and Miss Wolves 13. To both of you, a very good afternoon. Also, John Driscoll. Hi John, hope all is good. And I think I'm pretty much caught. Oh, that's all cool. And I think the brolly's coming down. It's going to be like the cricket, isn't it? Where it's up and down. Main thing is we've seen it off. Right, let's have a little butcher's what's what. So I suppose the first thing is just to consult flight radar and see if that triple came in on time, because it's what, 15 minutes late. In fact, just go to the rear steps. Doors are closed. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I think the jet bridge is withdrawn as well. So fingers crossed this baby is going to be gracing us. It was no point in it going out in all that misty, horrible stuff anyway. It wouldn't have been such a great spot. Good afternoon as well to David Smart and Tony Cage. Hope you're both keeping well, ready for Friday, ready for a bit of easy-paced plane spotting from here at Newcastle. Well, he's got to come back up. So if everything runs according to the schedule, I know I can hear you tittering at that, but we've got a decent continuity of action this afternoon, which should be good. So from what I can tell, next arrival will be a Jet 2 from Palma de Mallorca, and that is scheduled at 10 to 3, although it's not shown as live, so let's just refresh this. Ooh, there's a lovely dovely aircraft passing us out to sea. We're tracking along the coast. Track number 3 in the world at the minute. We've got a RAF Boeing C-17A Globemaster 3. Looks like it's tracking down towards Blythe at the minute. It's only at 3,000 feet. That's interesting. Are we getting a touch and go? What do you reckon, folks? Do we fancy that? Check it out on Flight Radar. Definitely number 3 worldwide. 3,475 feet currently. I think we're getting a Globemaster touch and go. Anyone fancy going in a different direction on the bet? Joseph Dixon, in case we don't, well, we can say hello to you on Sunday and happy birthday, but if I don't see you Sunday, have a great day, mate. Have a great day. Adrian Wigg, hello to you. I don't think we've said hi before either. Just in case, I'm Mark. I'm getting all excitable about this C-17 now. Oh, it's picking up height again. Is it turning in? Oh, it's gaining height. They're probably watching it from the cockpit. Yeah, let's tease them. Well, it worked, guys. It hooked me. However, scooting along at that height, unless it's going T-side for the same thing, I don't know. Alright, say no more, Ash. I was getting excited. I get excitable about these things. You know, we're always open to visitors at Newcastle. Adrian, it's my pleasure, and good afternoon, Mike Wild. Hello to you. Well, don't worry, Thin Air. You may get lucky at some point to get gifted, but memberships are only £1.99 a month. I know that's each an individual kind of decision, but it is sitting there. The main thing is you're watching, and that's great. Ah, David Smart, that C-17's been teasing a few spotters by the looks of it. It's passing us by. Pretty sure it's over Whitley Bay now. A shame though, isn't it? That would have been a real bonus. Still tracked at number 3 worldwide. 788 people following its adventures. So what have we got adventure wise? Well, what have we got? A Jet 2 still not gone to Skiathos. That one taxied over there to the waiting pen, as I'm starting to think of it. Snuck over on a nice remote stand. and we've got a Jet 2 inbound from Mahon, actually, Jet 2 Holidays, about 2 hours 18 minutes ago, and that is just crossing the coast at South Shields. And our C-17 continues heading south, as Ash alludes. Looks like it's going to be making a slow boat to China kind of return to Brize Norton. Oh, plane's moved. What do you know? Brolly down. Kind of wondering why we're not seeing any sign of life from the triple. I'm just going to put this on the tower for a second. I've not seen it before. That is the lovely and luscious tower at Newcastle International Airport. Firework moment though, red alert. Firework moment, Britannia 079, welcome to the PSA Crew Lounge. Let's get some fireworks on the case. In fact, get the lid off the box. Check that out. Right, here you go, Britannia 079. Right, all good. Great to have you with us anyway. Ash Watts, let's see a photo on the Facebook group. That'd be cool. If you do get the C-17, the strike rate is very good. Right, nothing on finals, so this should be good to go. No drama. So the triple came in 15 minutes early, so promising the fact it's so, well, not so late, but becoming later. Right, telescopes are now reactivated, folks, so if I miss anything, it's on me. Yorkshire Biker has picked up the baton now for that C17A. You've got to hand it over to Ash at some point, unless anyone else in between. In fact, Sam Thurlaway's also been in that baton relay. Everybody but me. I was really wanting to share that. Still, can't have it all, can you? Right, next plane in on this chilled out Friday afternoon is that Jet 2 from Mahon. It's still fairly high at the minute on finals, but let's find out how high. 1,275 feet and declining. Oh, box has got to go back. Come on, baby. Let's do it this way then. So we've got an EasyJet on its way out down the taxiway. So all being well today, folks that were in the show at the beginning will know one of our friends and members, Janine Kay, is travelling in from Frankfurt today on a CityJet CRJ 1000. She hasn't got a window seat, but if they park up where they usually do, we should get a cracking shot of Janine deboarding. So we'll take that. So the EasyJet departure is basically on its way back to Bristol, an A320-200. Dopey Corp, I've just seen you in. I bet you've gone before you've heard my dulcet tones. Hope you're going well, mate. At least work calls and it's Friday. It's Friday 5 o'clock and it's crackerjack and all that. And the rain is turned, so back to the brolly. EasyJet hasn't quite got to the line-up point yet. Ooh, going into Teesside. Is that the blooming C-17? Oh, it does look like they got a touch and go out of it, doesn't it? I'm just looking at the track on flight radar. I'm insulted. Right, guess we track this. Let's give it a go. There's a few fat spots of rain. Sky. I knew that sun cream would come in handy. Of course, it's not the sky that tanned you, is it? Can't see the yellow ball. Sam says the Emirates triple is on last call. What time was that posted? 14:48. Well, you need to get a wriggle on. Although, to be fair, as long as we catch them during the show, all is good. Yeah, I think David's smart. It is one of those days. It's just like going to watch the cricket, really. Brolly up, brolly down, brolly up, brolly down. The general idea. As long as it stays like this, we can live with that. Mark Sanderson, good afternoon to Mark. How goes it? Hope the week's been good. Ready for the weekend? In your groove? Rab. This is it. Final call for Rab H. Can't go till Rab has given the signal. To be fair, that's alright. I think if it, goes in the next 10 minutes, it'll fit nicely into the programme. Ah, right, Adrian. So it's a proper tease then. Oh, C17. Definitely teased me. Oh, we're getting very excited. Tell you who else will be excited. All those folks there. And while we're talking about excitement, let's get to the bottom of the chat. Euros. I know not everybody does football, and depending on how your team has done, it's going to colour your judgment to some extent. But are folks enjoying the Euros? I'm just finding it a bit of a slow burner for me. I was just musing on that yesterday with Eddie. I was curious, whether he was as fired up as possibly in times previous. But no, we both kind of felt it's, despite it being a great location, it just doesn't quite found its spark yet. But of course, that's just an opinion. Everybody else might be thinking, you're watching a different game, man. It's a classic. Jonathan Gaming, hello to you. Good afternoon. Daniel Watkins, you have my sympathy on the sleep front. I'm doing okay at the minute. I had a bit of a ropey spell last week, and it absolutely runs you down. You have my total sympathy, mate. Hopefully it'll pass its way through and you'll get back to some proper Zeds. Scottish Linda, hello to you. Well, I suppose, David Swart, it's all relative, isn't it? And I was pulling for Scotland in this tournament more than I was pulling for England, if I'm honest. using my dual nationality to its full. But yeah, didn't work well there either, did it? And I know England are still in it, and you can play rubbish in all the group games as long as you qualify and go on to win it. Everyone will forgive you. But I don't know, I'm just not finding the spark yet. I enjoyed the second half of France against Netherlands a week or so back, but I find myself now easily distracted onto other things, which is not like me. Yorkshire biker, dull in the main. Portugal-Georgia match was great. Alright, cool. And look, Ash Watts is in there too. See, it's in there, you just got to know where to find it. It's a bit like, for me, World Cup, was it 2010, South Africa? I found that. The one with the vuvuzelas. Do you remember those horrible little instruments that the crowd used to shake? I thought that was a dull tournament as well. Ooh. I think the thing is, Linda, Scottish Linda, you're so right. I guess if you're playing rubbish and you've got better in you, then it's in your own hands, isn't it, really? But if you're just not good enough, then you're kind of being found out in a very big way, aren't you? And I think the squad are better than they're showing at the minute. Might be time to give my glasses a call. Tiddler alert, tiddler alert. So where's this little tiddler going? It's a Grob Prefect T1 RAF owned. Very cool. So it looks like it's a Nels Air Hub, NA to NA. Secret mission. Can't possibly tell you, or you know what comes next with it. Can't tell you, or we'd have to shoot you. He's wanting all the track. Brian Pounder. Good afternoon, Brian Pounder. Hope all is well. I think you're right, Yorkshire biker. I think this is Southgate's last tournament. And who do you reckon's going to replace him? Because I reckon it's going to be Graham Potter all day. He's got England manager written all over him. In my humble opinion. I think you're right, Scottish Linda. They did it last time, England. In terms of getting to the final, should be able to this time. It's the easier half of the draw. The other side looks pretty tasty. But that'll probably make for some cagier football. There we go. So we tracked all the way out there and needed about 50 foot to get up. I'll have to let this one go when it goes over me, because he's
banking across our position.
Yeehaw! Chewy on the pushback. So folks, the plan is to be on air, not just to capture Janine Kay's flight due in at around 5, but we're probably going to run on till about 6, or 5:45 more accurately. It just depends where the continuity of action kind of goes. If we end up with no continuity, we'll finish earlier. You know the drill. Leslie Jackson, good afternoon to you. Well, the sun has come out. Unbelievable. Boy, does it feel good. So the Chewy 737 you gaze lovingly upon is off to Heraclean, Crete. So I was saying earlier in the show, we've got my Tiger feedback in my headset there. Tiger Moth flight tomorrow from Esher Airfield, which will be good fun. Sunday back to Edinburgh, so that'll be our usual Sunday hours, 10 to 8 in the morning through till about 1:30 in the afternoon. I think that might be a Mark and Eddie production as well. That seemed to be the indication. Eddie will be anchoring the stream on Saturday though from Esher, so that's the big variable. Plus, and he doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to see if he can give me a haircut. He's not a barber, but I've got a set of clippers from the pandemic period and I need a haircut and I ain't got time to go and get it cut. So he doesn't know any of this yet, and if he's listening secretly at work, he'll know his work is cut out for him on Saturday, pun intended. Give the old man a haircut and anchor the show. Couldn't be simpler really. Right, come on 777, show us what you can do. Do not be going tech on us. Not been any of that. I'm still here, guys and girls. I am just curious what's come out of the far side. Just having a quick check around my kit. So the thing you're looking at is an Embraer Phenom 300, unless I'm much mistaken. Well, flight radar is. I don't think I've noticed that listed. No, it's not that. Ain't that? It's bigger than that, I think. It's a VistaJet. Which was this? A Bombardier Challenger 350. That's what you're looking at. So I think there's another BizJet out after this, or fairly soon. I'm liking that. Hope you are too. Alexandra Wood. Hello, Alexandra. Hope Friday's going well. The sun is out now, although the rain clouds have returned to my left. Blow that. What's that all about? So I won't chase too hard on that. Gets a bit hazier, as you can see on screen, at the back end of the track. Now W, I'm loving your style. Horizontal rest. Definitely, take it easy. Anyway, how did you get on with that sheep shearing? How many fleeces did you have you posted a humongous number? Right, looks to me that the Eurowings A319 is pushing back. Pilot has just moved the rudder and we are moving. So the turn flight to Dusseldorf is taking shape. So the plane you are looking at through the haze, a rather lovely VistaJet on its way, a Bombardier Challenger 350 on its way to Florence. Let him go. I don't think I've got much chance of catching him back up. Checking in on our Chewy 737. It's off to Heraklion. Not exactly grooving at the minute. So what's heading our way? We've got an inbound Chewy 737 from Enfida. Departed 3 hours and a bit ago. 737 MAX 8, registered Golf Tango Uniform Mike Sierra, 6 years of age. That's your next inbound plane, folks. Good afternoon, Claire Martin. Nell W, 150 sheep. God love you, that is impressive. Bet you slept well. No wonder you need some rest. Right, we'll let that run off into the bushes, pick it up in a minute. Just taking the steps away from the Jet 2 that is parked up at gate 5, I think. As you can see, another chewy tail fin moving in the background. It's all happening. And Tony Cage, thank you so much, my friend, for taking PSA Crewline membership. Fireworks is always the customary way to pipe you on board, so let's do it now. Here we go, pal. Great to have you with us. Like I say, folks, in fact, I'm mindful as well, people come and go all the time, and remiss of me, always that play on likes, folks. If you could find your way to giving us a like, helps us so much with YouTube. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, with the Tiger Moth show tomorrow, it's going to be something interesting, hopefully, to share with you all. Hopefully you'll be able to catch it live, but if you can't, you've always got to catch up. On air from 2:30, so I'll show people the ride. I think you might have seen the thumbnail anyway. The plane in the foreground is going to be the one that I'm going to be in, and there's the little route that I'm going to be doing a jig on. Oops, tried to take it off. It wouldn't go. Oh dear. Claire Martin, I think the Emirates is definitely looking towards being categorised as a big delay, isn't it? It was due out at 2:15, so it's an hour late now, and doors are being closed for a little while. So, I'm quite sure what's going on there. Obviously working with us to generate a sense of suspense. Right, here we go. Somebody on finals, that'll be the Infida Chewy. So good afternoon and warm welcome to anyone that has just joined the stream. Perhaps you've just finished work, or you're on the way home from work, watching us on the train, the bus, whatever. Great to have you with us. I'm Mark, and we're going to be on air till about 5:30, 6 o'clock, depending on how the action cards fall for us. So let's get ready for the next plane in. I think we've got KLM in behind that as well, so 2 arrivals in pretty close order. So let's get lined up and ready. Runway 25 in operation today, so the plane's coming in over the North Sea. Anyone that's not familiar with Newcastle. There's Donaldson. How are you doing, buddy? Ooh, pipe burst in the kitchen. Oh no. That sounds dreadful, mate. And on a Friday. So I see another Jet 2 having just started making its way out. That'll be our next departure. I'm not quite sure where it's actually going. I'll look that one up in a minute. Bodrum. So our KLM arrival, still quite high in the sky, so I'll not chase it. Let's just wait there for a second. So the inbound plane from Amsterdam is an Embraer 190 standard. So how new is that plane? 14 years, not terribly new. Chewy snap. Just checking out that chewy emoji action as well. Rob H, no W, Alexandra Wood, Gary Fleming. Turning that screen chewy blue. Alexandra's got us focused now on the inbound KLM. Which, high in the sky, is just about there. I won't chase in harder than that, folks. It'll probably take it out of focus. Currently at 750 feet and counting down. We're talking, weren't we, about the Euros still to catch light, I guess, in a fashion. But there was something that caught my eye the other day about attempts to sell 0% alcohol beer at some of the fixtures not going particularly well. Like, you kidding? Right, so Jet 2 next to go. You'll see the Jet 2 in the background of this shot in a second. There you go. Just poking its nose in. And there is a Chewy 737 behind that on the track now, a bit further back. But so 2 departures in fairly quick order seem to be the forecast. The 777, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be shaking much of a leg. Not one bit. We'll go to the Bodrum departure in a jiffy. Oh good, it's coming our way, is it this one? Oh, no time, no time. So I see we're over the 100 likes on my machine. I've just reset it. So thank you everybody that has hit that like button. If you've yet to do so, please do give us that help. Paul Turkey's back in the chat. Welcome back, Paul. Mark's back in the chat now, it seems. Thought it had frozen, and so it had. And at last, drum roll. Alexandra Wood confirms the Emirates triple is now pinging for departure, and also pushing back is this Jet 2, jet2.com. That silver cigar tube livery. This plane is off to Antalya. So next departure will be the Chewy Heraklion flight. That was due out at 10 to 2. So I suppose folks are going to be massively excited about that one. The best part of a 4-hour flight, won't it? So and we've got a Chewy inbound from Zakynthos. Thanks, Alexandra. 5 minutes out. Chewy time. And the Emirates triple about to push back. So all is good on the action continuity front. I suppose I ought to have a quick look see and see where Janine's plane is at the minute. Let's investigate. So Janine K, one of our members, due in. Well, that's departures I'm looking at. That's no good. Get a grip, Mark. Here we go. Due in at 5:05. And show on the map. Yes, please. Let's have a bit of that. Well, I've missed this one. I didn't even know it snuck out. Is that an RAF Phenom? I'm thinking it is. Yeah, no, it's not an RAF one, but a Phenom 300. Oh, blow me down. I missed that one. I'll take a telescope on that. I can't hide from that one. Yeah, Les, I'm taking it. Gary, no dispute. in my mitigation, because of the hedge line, you can't see them until they're out, and then when the line is stern to the runway, they're just that bit harder to see. But I'd seen it transponding ages ago, so I can't really hide. 17, oh my lord. What's going to happen for telescope 20? You're going to find out for telescope 10 tomorrow, aren't you? So presuming that all goes well, I will I'll be in scope, pun intended, for whatever challenge I've got to do for number 20. 17. By gum. I was hoping you might not notice that, but fat chance. 777 still transponding away, but not moving. Probably just as well, really. I don't want telescope 18. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Phenomenon. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Right, this Chewy inbound from Zakynthos is bearing down on us now. Currently at just over 1,000 feet. Aircraft 12 years of age. It's a 737-800 rather than the Maxes we've been seeing so far. Les Donaldson, you'd love me to be on that wing, wouldn't you? I can rule that one out. I swear I'd die there. I still can't wait to find out how exciting it's going to be going up in a moth tomorrow. It looks pretty exciting. The pilot told me last week, he said well, the first 10 minutes will be a pretty visceral experience, which I kind of took to be a fancy way of saying it'll feel a bit hairy for the first 10 minutes until you've got yourself adjusted. Graham Thompson, good afternoon, Graham. The stream starts around 2:30. The actual flight itself is 3 o'clock. So the plan is we'll probably start the stream a little bit earlier because Eddie's going to be running it. So I'll set it up for him, show him what I'm doing, and then leave him in charge. So, and also, depending on which runway they're using, and that's the other bit that's a variable for us, if we can get the briefing as well on camera, we'll do that. We might not be able to do that. That'll be at the pilot's discretion. So yeah, officially the stream starts at 2:30, but we'll be looking to start probably a little bit sooner. Flight itself 3 o'clock. Half an hour up in the sky. I'm going to see if I can tempt the pilot to shorten the route slightly in exchange for a touch and go. Don't know what kind of response I'll get to that suggestion, but you know, we're all keen aviators at heart, aren't we? So let's just see, shall we? John Kenneth Williams, hello to you. Good afternoon, sir. Just paid for your holiday, off in October to Ibiza. Lovely stuff, my friend. At least you're done now, aren't you? You've got it picked. Yeah, Alibi 58. I'm an optimist, mate. I thought I might slide that telescope moment out the window. What's that noise in the background? Oh, it's just a tram. Right, Emirates is pushing back. Always does it when I'm otherwise tasked. As you can see from all that blue sky, conditions much better. I wonder if the Met Office have kind of backed off a heavy rain at 4 forecast. Let's investigate. heavy chance, or 60% chance of a heavy shower. That's what they're saying. Get my tet out. So John Kenneth Williams going to be going from Newcastle with Jet 2. Well, do remind me nearer the time, unless you know already that you're going to be going at a kind of day that I'll not be covering, because if we are streaming and you are travelling, it's always nice to be able to wave you off. But of course, if you are going at 3 in the morning, absolutely no chance. Now the sun is out, it feels great. Don't worry, Rab. I don't think they were going to go without you. You're on the manifest. Quite nice that the sun has come out at this point as well, because I always think the triple looks so good in the sunshine. Well, to be fair, most planes do, don't they? So Graham Thompson, hoping to have your flight soon. Had to contact the team this week. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. I've been kind of in fear for the last 24 hours. I was saying earlier on that they might cancel it because of the wind. I'm not quite sure what degree of crosswind they've currently got, but obviously it's been very gusty in this part of the world today, or a bit of yesterday I guess as well, and I think it's going to be reasonably gusty tomorrow, but not as much, so quite sure where their tolerances are for these flights. So the good news is they haven't contacted me, so it looks like it's game on. Just checking I've not got any missed calls while I've been chit-chatting. No. Looking good. Just occurred to me then, what if I've got a missed call that is the one that says, sorry, we think we might need to cancel, but no, that doesn't seem to be the case. I think game on. Game on, folks. Marking them off. We like to give things a different kind of twist at plain sailing aviation, when the opportunity materialises, of course. Gary Fleming, you're not kidding. Yeah, more underwear required. It's no exaggeration to say that I'm excited and apprehensive in equal measure. And the main thing is, I mean, they probably would have cancelled it anyway, but it's certainly not going to be a wet day tomorrow. I'm just going to rest us on this Jet 2 for a second while we await the 777 to come out of the bushes. So good afternoon and a very warm welcome to anyone that has just joined the show. Friday afternoon and all that. I hope you're finished, but if you're not, we can help you chip a bit more time off your day. That's all good. And if you are already into Saturday, Lucky you. Anyway, I'm Mark, your host, and please do give us a nice like, give us some YouTube traction if you've not already smashed the like button. Couldn't somebody just tell me where we are on the likes count? I think we're over 100 last I looked. Just curious where we are. As the triple emerges from the bushes. Christine Gardner, yeah, the Dreamliner, the amount of flex on those wings, I've not got the number in my head at the minute, but it's a ridiculous amount of movement when you think about it. Almost counterintuitive, isn't it? You kind of think, oh, that amount of movement, you kind of think you're more likely to drop off, but of course that's not how it works. Loads of 777 emoji action I see, just from where my eye is. Alexandra Wood, Yorkshire Biker, Rab H, Gary Fleming, and lots of plane of the days as well. Gary and Rab in particular. Yeah, I think Graham, talking to the pilot last week, and you're entirely right, it's what it is when it's up there, but he was talking about the degree of crosswind they had last weekend for the runway as well, or the runways. But yeah, fingers crossed. We've got a Chewy pushed back and turned on the far side. Oh, what a beautiful plane this is. Yanis Mutafis. Hello Yanis, all the way over there in Athens. How you doing, pal? Rob says 17 likes. Oh, guys, you shouldn't have. There we go. Jimmy Jazz, good afternoon Jimmy Jazz. 122 with you, and Alexandra 123. So that sounds like that's where the money is. So if you're watching the show and you've yet to give us a like, please do so. Unless you don't like it, of course, I understand that. Some more 777 emoji action from Deborah Speller and Ash Watts and Claire Martin. All to wave this baby off. .64 metres of wingspan there, 64 and a bit, 64.8 or something like that. Anyway, a lot. We're rolling, I think we are, ain't we? Some more emoji action to wave it off there. Miss Wolves 13 and Alexandra Wood. Simon E, HGC and Mark Pride. All before we hit V1. Bye, bye, amigo. Right, what's next? We'll just lodge with this Jet 2. Seems on its lonesome, so we'll do the decent thing. Oh, Yanis Mutafis, what a sound indeed. I love that plane. Those GE90s really do give something to the old eardrums. Mark Pride, thank you so much, buddy. Right, so what we got next? Well, a couple of choices here. It looks like the one that's on screen now is next to go, and that is Chewy's 737 departure to Sharm el Sheikh. Was due to go at 3:05. A little bit of slippage. Deborah Speller says Janine is on her way. Excellent. I'm thinking, in my mind, she'd be a bit further along. I'm sure it was a 4:20 local departure. Bear in mind they're an hour ahead. Just spotting my rain here, folks. I just might have to get the brolly back up. It's got that rapid downpour feel about it all of a sudden. So Alexandra says we've also got a Jet 2 737 also pinging for Antalya in addition to this Jet 2. We've also got Corridon, we're due in at 4:15, now delayed till, drum roll, 4:15, near enough. So at least we get it during the course of the show. So let's see where Janine is. Get her up on the map. I started looking at this earlier on and got distracted in the way that I do. So Janine is currently still over German airspace. Sort of equidistant, I think, between Frankfurt and Dortmund. That's the best way of describing. So I still think that she is... Let's have a look. I think it's still going to be on time, so all good. Keith Cornell, I think it would be really cool, and if anybody at Newcastle Airport is watching this, a bit like the Edinburgh team do, where they light the tower up purple, would it be nice if this tower had something by way of an illumination? Just saying. Or indeed anybody from Emirates that's watching, you know, you sponsor the tower. It's kind of, and I love the tower. I think it's a nice iconic shape, but I think what Edinburgh have got going on with the lighting of it just adds a bit more cachet. And I'm all for cachet. Rob H, don't tell me I'm competing against the Tour de France. Sounds like I want to hide into nothing. There's something in the sky behind me having a right old growl, or is it in front of me? Absolutely can't see a sausage. Patches of blue left, right and centre. The old tower, Tony, was taken down, I would say around Christmas time or something like it was. I remember it being cold. I think we caught it on the stream when they were using the old angle grinders and cutting gear to take bits of framework off. quite sure what's going up in its place. Right, was that the Heraklion or Bodrum flight? Oh, we'll look it up in a minute. The Jet 2 that was parked on the remote stand is now moving. The Purgatory stand. Antalya. Jet 2 just sneaking out there. That one, the one that's just coming out now, off to Tenerife. So let's see what went before that chewy action. Got some emoji tail fins from Rab H, Yorkshire Biker, Miss Wolf 13, Gary Fleming, Alexandra Wood 2, and HGC Like the Sound, me too, even with headphones on. And obviously I'm hearing what you hear, but it's kind of, you know, I keep one ear to the sky because I just love to feel it. Almost makes your eardrum vibrate. That's why if you see me talking to the camera at the end, partly I wear the headphone only on one ear just to help my own acoustics, but I also like the being here sound. Oh, looks like the rain clouds are returning, so we're probably going to be brollied up, I think, in the next 10. It's a lot darker behind me. It's amazing how fast the sky is turning over. Let's just see what Meta is telling us at the minute. So wind-wise, we are, it's pretty much west-southwesterly. Let's have a little look. West-southwesterly, yeah. 12 knots. Definitely a lot less windy than it was, and the crosswind component has dropped from 10 knots, which it was at the start of the show, to a mere knot. Miss Wolf 13, are you on your way to somewhere else? Catch you another time. Go on, am I getting the wrong end of the messages? Concentrate on the plane before I give myself a telescope. I'm not sure who's going now, whether it's Alexandra or Miss Wolves. Yeah, just a little bit gloomy over on the far side. Just going to lodge us with the KLM for the minute. Just had a sense it was moving, and so it is, pushing back for its return to Amsterdam. Chipaz 1990, how are you doing, pal? Ash Watts, you're a superstar. You got them, did you? The C-17. So remember, folks, if you remember and you do Facebook, you have the option of joining our Facebook group. We'll pop the link up in the community post that will follow the stream. If if any of the mods team are able to help out with dropping the link into the chat, please do, but otherwise don't sweat it. Likes at 143, 7 more for the 150, folks. Can we do it? Can we get somewhere near 200 by show close? Closing at about 5:30, 6 o'clock, something in that region. Just depends really on whether the planes all turn up as advertised, really. Be nice if they did. Be awfully sporting. So next inbound, we haven't seen any Ryanairs for a bit. I can just see it twinkling in the sky. Ryanair 737 800, 16 years of age, inbound from Dublin, departed about 43 minutes ago. We said this was Tenerife, did we not? This jet too. We did. So if anyone just joining the show, I say to you, good afternoon, happy Friday. Right, we're going to lay in wait. Alibi, you are a superstar. Thanks for getting that link in, mate. So yeah, folks, if you are members, Facebook group is there for you if you do Facebook. If you don't yet do Facebook, but you're neutral on it, it's worth a spin. But I do realise that people have different views about different social media platforms, so it's just an option for you. Some great photos get posted there, and straight out the kitchen will be Ashworth's C-17 overfly, the plane that we never got. Not that I'm sulking, or perhaps I am. KLM, I've just shot out the pits, you know the way they do, a bit rapid. We'll go to them in a second. We'll just stick with the Ryanair's rollout for a bit. Jackie McDonald, hello to you, Jackie. Can't remember if we've said hi before, Jackie, but I'm Mark anyway, and indeed for the benefit of anybody else that doesn't know who I am. And of course, folks, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. It's entirely free, and of course when you do that, after about a 3-minute wait, you're able to post in the chat. Then you can say hi, and it'd be lovely to say hi. Very good indeed. Very sociable. There's Donaldson. Our Pegasus, they're going to be there on Sunday as well. I've got a feeling they are, aren't they? It's a funny feeling they are going to be on our Sunday show. They're an affront to my sense of style. Whether you think I've got a sense of style or taste, that's up for grabs, but let's get a nice close-up of this. It's some of the plane, isn't it? PG Tips airline. Right, Jet 2 to Tenerife. Looks like it's about to go. top man Ash. Can't wait to see him myself. The plane that I nearly saw. Oh, Les. Well, it's another plane, isn't it? It'll fill a hole in the schedule somewhere. But, yeah. Although I do realise some people think that as well about stripy condors, for example. But here's the thing, Les. In fact, and anybody else as well that's not so keen on stripy condors. Pegasus versus stripy condor, which way would you go? I know it's not quite apples and apples, but polarising planes nevertheless. So in terms of next up action, KLM will be our next departure, returning to Amsterdam with their Embraer 190 standard. Just out of shot at the minute, so which way do we go with the chat? Pegasus by a mile, Rab H. Can't remember which way I framed the question. Which is worse or which is best? Oh dear. I think I said worst, didn't I? In which case, Pegasus by a mile, you'd be right. Chipaz, Pegasus all day, yeah, hideous. Alibi Stripes, 2-1. Keith Cornell is on the move, oops. Keith, thank you for joining us, pal. Hope to see you tomorrow. If that chipmunk is about, I'm going to see if I get some pictures of it as well, mate. I'll see what I can conjure up. We're a friendly group of people that operate the airfield at Eshet, so I'm hoping we can do good. I think you're right, Tony McCall. I think that the stripy condor thing, it really is. And they're everywhere, aren't they? Well, they're not here, but watching a bit of, I think it was Madeira the other day, and noticed they got plenty of stripes. Of course, not all stripes are the same, to say that. Gold ones for me, or the blue ones, or the red ones. Deborah Speller, definitely do that. Have a stiff drink for me. In fact, as it's Friday, you could have two, couldn't you? Get us in the mood. That Friday feeling. Les, Pegasus 100% better than flying deck chairs. Dear me. 100%. Oh dear. Happy days. Got to tell you that one. We're going to do a poll on Sunday. We're going to settle this. I think we'll have a three-way poll, and it's going to go like this. It's going to be stripy versus classic condor. Let's just put that baby to bed for a generation, so to speak. And as a control measure, we're going to put Pegasus in there. Which do you like best of these? Now you'd expect one of the condors to come top in the poll, depending on which way the audience feels on the day. But I'm just curious. And Pegasus is truly dire. Let's talk about something else.
Tony Cage, I take a green white hooped condor. I take it you mean you take it as in you like it, or have you been on one? Catch you in a bit, Yorkshire biker. Alibi, that's an amazing bit of thinking, isn't it? A stripy 380. Because the 380 is such, even if you like it, you couldn't say it's a handsome plane, could you? It's got a face only its mother could love. Just saying. But I just got a feeling the stripes would really draw out its unsleekness. I don't know though. I wonder if you can get some AI on the case and reimagine a plane in stripy, a 380 in stripy livery. Would be interesting. 747, I think that could pull off the stripes, but I think the 380 would just be hideous. Rob, you feel regardless of the colour. So it's a box of chocolates that's got no appeal whatsoever. Alibi, you've traumatised Les as well. Stuff of nightmares, he says. So Les, if you end up dreaming that A380 face looking into you and realise it's got some hoops on it, you really know that you're in a dream. Tony McCall, you're not yanking my chain, are you? The red stripy condor not allowed in America in case they confuse it with an emergency barrier. Incredible. Stripes for Yorkshire biker, more the better. Ash Watts is for stripes. We're going to settle it with a pole anyway. And like I say, the Pegasus element will just be in there as a joke component. But the real bit of it is in case someone likes neither of the above. Because I am just fascinated with how anybody could like Pegasus over certainly the Condor Stripey. Chip House 1990. There's a few folks that they do seem to make sick. Fancy that. Oh, rain has appeared. I think they did say 4 o'clock, didn't they? And it's literally slap bang over me. I can feel the spotting, but it's, if I just have to, you like it, Tony? Got you, mate. Got you. Saw a few of those in Frankfurt actually. The green and white stripe on my way out to my plane coming home. I love the gold one. Rob says BA for 747 with stripes. This is why I don't deserve to be as rich as, say, Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or something, because if I was watching all of this, I think, do you know what? I'm going to get myself a 747 and I'm going to stripe it up. All the things you could better put the money to, but I'd do that. HGC says, yeah, Condor 747. In the classic livery though, check the stroke, blinking out, the rain's in. No panic, no panic. This could come a bit savage if the weather guys are actually correct. If I get the lid on my box, why would the lid not go on the box? Sugar. Not a moment too soon. Camera's a bit wet, I see, so that's not good. So just bear with me, folks, while I dust some of the water off the camera. A lot came down very quickly then. It really caught me out. Rob, terrible. You're going to moderate the channel host out? That would be a first on YouTube, wasn't it? Channel host blown out the chat by the mod team. It does sound quite likely. Thanks, Tony Cage. Some logic in the house. Well, that was a close shave, that. It hasn't come down, as you can tell, it's not making much sound on the brolly, but the spots that came down really smashed down. Big fat ones. So, couldn't get things protected fast enough, it were that fast. But we're there. Still working. Chippy time. That's a reminder, really, isn't it, Rab? Friday. No worries, my friend. Alibi's just eaten. Devoured a Scotch pie. Deborah Speller updating us on Janine. 50 minutes. 50 minutes. So she's just about going to be on time. So we should get a nice cheery wave. I'm telling you folks, I flew on exactly the same aircraft, not the same one, but same type, a Mitsubishi CRJ 1000 Eurolight. So that's the one that is £4,000 lighter than the standard iteration. But inside, and people on the Facebook group already know what it looks like because I posted the picture. As soon as this rain shower clears off, I'll share with folks in the stream what the inside looks like. Pretty swish, I'll be honest with you. A really comfortable ride. Rab will be back with his chips, torturing us with his fish and chips. You're right, Les, it does feel like autumn now. I'm actually feeling a bit chilly, actually. I think the sun is done for the day. Right, I think the rain's gone enough for me to quickly show you what the inside of the CRJ looks like. It looks something like this. So I waited till everybody else had got off and felt a bit bizjet-ish, to be honest, but yeah, that's what Janine's on. So she's 14C on her flight, which is an aisle seat, sadly, but she will be on the port side of the plane. Rab, this tablet doesn't even tell me how many likes we've got in live numbers. Smelly vision, can you imagine it? Volume back up. As you can hear, just in the nick of time. I'm just thinking tablet needs a bit of juice in it, and that might get a bit tight for... We might get a bit tight on the tablet for power, but we'll see. Simon E, I've just seen your exit message. It'd be lovely to see you tomorrow, Simon. Thanks for joining us today. Been nice to hang out and enjoy the planes on a easy Friday afternoon. But yeah, all about tomorrow and the Tiger Moth. Same as well with you, Ash Watts, as well, buddy. And the 150 is up. Thank you, Gary Fleming, and thank you to everybody that has hit that like button and got us north of 150. Flight plan is for something north of 200 likes, but we've still got another hour and a half to 2 hours of streaming, so we just go as we go. And see how the chips fall. So this Jet 2, what's happening here? Don't seem in any real rush, does it? It's off to Dalaman. So it was scheduled to go at 3:20. Simon E, you are so generous. Thank you, my friend, for gifting a membership to the channel. I am going to put the fireworks on despite the rain because I'm... Oops, have I just knocked you off? No, I've not knocked you off. Fireworks here for Simon E. Thanks, mate. And then we can have a quick look and see who actually got. Let's find out who the lucky beneficiary was. Once I've got my box secured again. Who got it? Marianne. Marianne, I don't know if you're in the show, but welcome to Plain Sailing Aviation. Jackie McDonald, I definitely take some of the heat from you. Not as much as you've got in Texas, because I don't think I'd sleep very well, but it'd be nice just to get a bit of warmth now. For some reason I've gone quite cold. Now you see, Rab H, you are on a different menu, aren't you, on Sunday? Your 150-mile ride. Yeah, you don't want it toasty. I must admit, in terms of the live stream, I'm not after a hot day. You always get hazy trouble, don't you, when it's too hot. Just checking the lens, bear with me. That's good. Ah, Janine is over the sea, says Deborah. There you go. That'll go by in a flash. Reminds me, I've got the video of that to post as well. So I videoed the departure and landing. It was a lovely flight, but boy did the pilot slam it down here at Newcastle. I mean, you be the judge when I post it, but yeah, it was a proper bam. I think I said bam actually. And you can tell from, I've just shot it on my phone, you could tell that I'd taken a bit of a blow. So just got the one plane transponding at the minute, the one that you see on the right hand side of your screen. Having a quick look to see what else is supposed to be departing. We've got Jet 2 to Lanzarote, significantly deplaned. Get words out. Jet 2 to Lanzarote, significantly delayed. Due out at 5:45 when it should have gone at 4:25. So that could be the final plane of the show, to be honest. We've got a Chewy 737 to Ibiza due at 4:10, now 4:20. So I expect that's going to show in a second. And the Chewy Tenerife flight due at 4:15, that's not yet doing anything. So looks like we're going to pick up a few delays here. I'm inclined to think that Chewy you were looking at there might be the Tenerife flight. Time will tell. Just checking the rain rate. I'm having trouble with feedback in my headset today, I really am. The rain radar. Let's see what we can expect. See, at the minute, it shouldn't be raining here according to the rain radar, yet it is. truckload of rain comes through around 5 o'clock. So this looks like it's the kind of warm-up match, bit of persistent, very persistent drizzle. Coming down now with a fair tempo, as you can probably hear on the brolly. Rab H, that's timing your run, isn't it? Skies look like they're going to tip it down. Folks are going to hold back that little bit because they think that's what's going to happen. Rab steals to the front of the line, like in your Moxie. Tell you what, I bet those folks aren't going to be enjoying it at the bottom of those steps. Especially those who are travelling in summery attire. Thanks Rab H. The Corridon 737 is on its 8-mile finals. We'll watch the sky for that one. Plane you were looking at is that Tenerife departure, so I've got them transposed actually. Oh, it's transposed in my head, the Chewy Tenerife and the Jet 2 one. So this obviously being the Jet 2 one. You're right, Jackie McDonald, those people are going to get awfully wet at the foot of the stairs on that, well, and the front as well of that Chewy 737. And if you, like I say, sitting there in your summer togs. Oh, I've got eyes on with the Corridon inbound from Antalya, so we'll go to that in a minute. Tony McCall, it can't be long now till you go on your holidays, is it? Is it this week? As in like next week kind of thing? But at least the folks who are boarding get to know that they're waving this rubbish weather behind. And you're right, Rab, it's a bigger blow if it actually rains in Tenerife. I do hope this rain does clear off before we finish, because it'll be quite a challenge to take it down, down the kit that is. So it looks like we've got a rash of holiday charters on their way out. Chewy Airlines, Jackie, was, well, I'm not sure who they are if I'm honest, but from a UK perspective is what Britannia, oh blimey, hold that thought, was at one time Thomson Holidays and Britannia Airlines, but Chewy I think existed in parallel to that. More like April weather, really. Bertram Joshua. Hello, Bertram Joshua. Welcome to the show. All right, yes, Tony, next Wednesday. And we are streaming next Wednesday. On account of cancelling last Wednesday. So we shall catch you. Do shine a light. So bird from Joshua, our friend in Trinidad, enjoying the stream. Thank you so much, mate. Weather's got to be better with you than it is here. This is dire. At least we'll be able to dry the kit out at Desha Airfield tomorrow. Sunny day is forecast for the Tiger Moth flight. So if nothing else, we'll get to dry the kit out. Ugh, it's vile. Chipaz, I'm planning to stay live in theory till 6 o'clock, I think was the potential plan. But if the action dried up in that 5:30 to 6 o'clock window, we'd take the early finish. I think that plan still holds. I certainly won't try and take the kit to bits while it's still raining. Well, we'll have to think of a new plan if I do. Right, quite a few outgoings now, I think. 1, 2, 3 I spy, so we'll stay with the Corridor for the minute. But we've got a Jet 2, 2 Jet 2s and a Chewy. The Chewy cutting across your shot now. Yeah. Yeah, I love summer, Les. When are we going to get some of it? There's some blue sky behind me, a little bit in front, but the filthiest black cloud directly above my head. So the Jet 2 that is just cutting across your screen, or just past, is off to Dalaman, in case anybody was wondering. So we're back to umbrella conditions again, folks, so the departures I'm just going to let run straight over my head. No chance of toggling with the action, and to be fair, the lens will get a lot of water, so we'll not do that. So if we go the other way, I won't adjust the focus because I can't. It's pretty filthy, as you can see that way. That will hold. As you can see, a very murksome shot. Sun is out behind me, even if you can hear the rain. That great big yellow ball is beating down. To be fair, Jackie, I'm okay. I'm pretty much under the brolly, kind of tilting it a bit because of the wind to keep the wet off the camera, but I'm not too bad. And you can probably tell the rain has suddenly stopped, so we might get all of this departure. Let's see. Crackers, really. Too great over that side, but because it's a windy day, it's kind of moving at a pretty good pace. As you can see now, it's got a bit better down the track. Good afternoon, Andy Appleyard. How you doing? You've got it lovely and sunny on Teesside. Cut me some slack. Don't worry, my friend. Alibi 58. I think we're fine, mate. We're fine. Although we'll keep it under active monitoring. It's just one of those. It feels like an April day in terms of what it's up to. The lion's share of the dark stuff is passing to my right, so I'm taking that as a good sign. Good afternoon, Ian Nicholson. How you doing? I think the plane's just waiting to dry itself off. So I'm hoping Edinburgh on Sunday is going to be nice and sunny. Not too hot like I was saying earlier on, but you know, I'm hoping I don't need the wet weather stuff. Certainly Eshet tomorrow sounds like it'll be sunny, so... Whew. Deborah Speller, you're right, it's a crazy day. I wonder why this plane is taking its time. Forgotten where it's going. Tenerife, I think. Did I think it was Tenerife? Ibiza. How wrong could you be? Right, Ryanair have pushed back, turned, and they are on their way to Dublin. And there's another Chewy over this side, which I think is the Tenerife Chewy. Looks to me like it is about to push back as well. Certainly their sister plane on shot at the minute is rolling. Plenty of spray. So I did mention the Ryanair that is taxiing out. There she is. Next departure though is gonna be that Jet 2 737 to Dalaman. We'll put to that in a moment. Just holding at the moment. 168 likes up, says HGC. Thank you everybody that has hit the like button. If you are yet to do so, please share us that love. Let's have a couple of seconds with this chewy departure to Tenerife while we await the Jet 2 to Dalaman to start rolling. Les, you're a rascal. Moments like this where I want to get in with the vibe. Ooh, I'm going to Ibiza, back to the island. Ah dear, yes. So having a quick look see, I can't see many more planes at stand. It looks like we must be expecting quite a few inbounds, to be honest. So certainly the next 3 are going to be departures, I think. Still can't believe I picked up Telescope 17 in this show. Picked it up cheaply as well. So, if your shirt fits, you've got to wear it. Where's that chewy gone? There it's gone. As you see, the windsock is still doing a bit. Nothing too erratic. We do have somebody on finals, so who have we got on finals? Let's investigate. Jackie McDonald, I'm delighted you're enjoying it, and it's been fantastic to make your acquaintance as well. Inbound, Ryanair, we have from Gdansk. Departed just shy of 2 hours ago, 737-800, 9 years of age. Well into finals now, just under 1,000 feet, so let's pick it up. Assuming the aircraft's lights don't overwhelm us. Always a bit of a risk. So Les updating us on Janine K's inbound flight, and that is due in 24 minutes. So member of the channel and friend to us, Janine K, shortly to make her plain sailing aviation debut, because we should get a clean shot of Janine coming off the plane. Tell you one thing that the rain does an absolutely solid job for once the mist has gone, is takes the hazing off the tarmac, at least for a little while. Oh, you're right, Deborah Speller. Thank you, Deborah. Yes, Jackie, I'm in a Tiger Moth tomorrow. Not flying it, but I'll be my first time in an open cockpit aircraft. The thumbnail is out for the show. I'll put it on the screen before we finish one more time, but yeah, it'd be lovely to catch you then. My son Eddie will be running the show while I'm hopefully getting scared witless. If it's not scary, why do it? To be fair, Les, it feels like the wind has died down a bit. In fact, the windsock is drooping a little. It's definitely died down a bit, and I'm hoping that rolls into tomorrow's tiger flight. Words out, Mark. Tiger moth flight. Certainly tomorrow is a less windy day in terms of the forecast. Whether that plays out, we'll find out. Bit of a wait. We're rolling. Here we go. I know things are chilled out on a Friday afternoon, but you know, time to get rolling. Arrival just about with us, and that is a Jet 2 from Kefalonia, departed 3 hours 46 minutes ago as the rain returns. Me just reboxing the kit. So Mark Pride asks about the camera. Right, so Eddie will be using this kit to stream the departure and return, and hopefully if I can persuade the pilot for a touch and go, we'll see if their procedures allow for that. And we've got a GoPro as well, or more accurately, Eddie has a GoPro. And the aircraft is fitted with GoPro mounts. Apparently it was used for some kind of documentary at some point in relatively recent time. Anyway, point is, it has GoPro wing mounts. So yeah, we should be good on that. The GoPro footage obviously won't be live. We don't have that kind of technology, but not Starlinked up or anything. But we will put that up for members to enjoy. That'll be members only exclusive type access, and we'll see what we get. Pretty excited about that. Pretty stoked. Jamie Miller hits 14 months with the channel. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jamie. Let's get your fireworks on, mate. I think this could be an opportune moment actually, because we've got a plane on finals. Here's Jamie's fireworks. Thanks for your support, Jamie. Thanks, pal. Let's get the departing plane, because the inbound one, I swore I saw it. I can see it, it's just a bit further out. So, and Jamie spent 14 months with us. There's a few now in that special 14-month tier, if you want to call it that. It's just fantastic. I don't know where 14 months has actually gone. Must be a positioning flight coming in next, because it says Gatwick on my screen. Chewy inbound from Gatwick. It's a positioning flight. I don't think that was listed actually. So this one's off to Tenerife. There is another Chewy immediately behind it. inbound from Gatwick. These showery conditions and the sunshine bring all the midges and other little flying bugs out. Right, so there's the inbound plane. Not chase it too much yet. Currently at 950 feet, 13 years of age. This 737-800. Departed Gatwick about an hour ago. So one presumes is carting around some fresh air. Gary, I can't promise I can keep it PG. What did we say? What's the word I'm going to have to use? Potato. My substitute profanity. Potato, potato, potato. Mrs. PSA was coming along actually, but she's decided that on reflection she can't bear to watch. Or she's just checking where the life insurance is stashed, reading through the small print. A little bit of a brolly up moment, I think. Right, somebody else is on finals. I did say there was plenty of space here. Looks like we're filling up. So the next plane in is a Loganair ERJ 145 from Exeter. Joseph Dixon, happy birthday to you, Joseph, first and foremost. And well, we do like to stream on a Friday, and it's nice that it's caught your birthday too. How old are you, Joseph? You're right, Yorkshire biker. Your substitute swear words only work when you're not stressed or vexed. It's true that. You have to start somewhere, don't you? Remember, members, that Facebook group is there for you if you have yet to join our community. Ground here is so solid, it's quite hard to get the brolly in the ground. It shows you we've had a few nice days, it's baked everything good and solid. Anyway, inbound Loganair departed Exeter 15 minutes ago. Aircraft is 25 years of age, Golf Sierra Alpha Juliet Kilo, currently at 875 feet, which means we should be taking a closer look at it. Although of course these don't present that big a target, do they? So we'll leave it small at the minute, just for a second or two. Thanks, Deborah. You're doing so much for the team. You'll have that drink, or 2 drinks, remember, and you'll help me out with the odd profanity. I should be blaming Eddie if I don't enjoy it, because it was the 2 of us just shooting the breeze and chewing the fat when we were down at Esher a few weeks back, or probably a couple of months now. He says, wouldn't that be a good thing for you to do for Telescope 10? And it was a lovely summer's day, and I thought, yeah, I think I could do a bit of that. Thanks, Yorkshire Biker. You have one for me too. That's the strangest thing. I'm just going to put the camera on it, see if you can see it. It's like a rainbow, a horizontal rainbow. I don't know if you're able to see that well enough. Ooh, focus. You can't really get the focus on it. But yeah, it's just like a horizontal rainbow. Anyway. Oh, is this one going all the way into gate 1? That's a shame. I was looking forward to seeing the passengers deboard. Right, somebody else on finals, so the action is unremitting and unrelenting. Yeah, probably the word I wanted, unrelenting, wasn't it? Wow, that sky's still got that rainbow thing going on. So it's KLM that is going to emerge from the rainbows. Need something to focus on. See a little twinkle at the top of your screen at the minute. Chipaz, it is a busy 3 days, but pretty fun 3 days. It just seems it's been a very busy few weeks really, with the Germany trip and even the Guernsey, which was a private thing really, but we kind of put a stream on as well. There's been lots of interesting twists and turns, which is great because that's really what it's all about. Oh, Les, thank you for that, mate. The Lufty with Janine on is 10 minutes out and Yorkshire Biker can see the rainbow. Cool. I think it's the first time I've seen a rainbow like that. Usually it's in the usual arch type shape. So we've seen KLM with an Embraer 190 earlier. I think it was a 190. Pretty sure it was. Now we've got the 737-800. Is Rab back from the chippy yet? Starting to think about my tea now. So where are we? Chipaz says Lufthansa, the last arrival till 6 o'clock. Roger that, Chipaz. Oh no, I've caught you up there. British Airways at 20 past 5. But you get the general direction there, don't you? It's going to pivot from arrivals to mainly departures. I think we're pretty good for action continuity, assuming everything runs to time. Jackie McDonald, it's been our pleasure to share the day with you. You're behind us time-wise, aren't you? So have a great rest of Friday. Remember, we are going to be giving you some tiger moth action tomorrow, if you're about. So, our inbound CityJet, a Lufthansa wet lease, bearing our friend and member, Janine Kay, is just paralleling the coast up by Whitley Bay before it arcs across at Seaton Sluice and comes inland, be visible thereabouts in the next sort of minute or two, I think. What's flight radar say? 4 minutes. Alright, a minute or 4. Chipaz, it'll be great to see you tomorrow, mate. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do this one now as well. I just said I'll do it once more, a bit of a promo for tomorrow's stream. So there's your thumbnail, folks. That's the one to look out for, the Tiger Moth one. Obviously the plane that is in the foreground is the one I'm going on. And for those of you who know Northumberland, here's the route. So, set fair. Christian, 2:30 tomorrow, mate. Mark Pride, been a pleasure to hang out with you, mate. Good luck with the dinner. Must be honest, food is starting to really dominate my thinking. There's a lot of high vis bibs there, isn't there? I'm sure I've got a second bottle of water somewhere. I do apologise for the rustling. So, Alibi 58's pointing us the right way. Janine's flight is turning onto finals. That's just crossed the coast. I've not got eyes on yet, but that must be a matter of seconds. So, plane we're looking at, a Mitsubishi CRJ 1000 EL, 13 years of age, coming our way, having departed Frankfurt an hour and a half ago. And my thinking is it will probably park up somewhere around here. Hoping so. If it goes to the far side, we're not going to get to see Janine deboard. I'm just going to put my fleece on, folks, so bear with me. I'm officially cold. Oh, that's snug. Yeah, alibi. This will be the telescope to end all telescopes, won't it? Right. I think I'm sorted. Rab's enjoying his fish and chips. Excellent, mate. You're not helping any though. It's making things worse for me. Ooh, we've got an inbound biz prop, an Airlink Beach King Air 350i, 10 years of age. It is just crossing the coast by Blythe and looping round for final approach. And I can see Janine's plane, so let's do that. We'll see how we go with that. There's not much profile for the focus to latch onto at that distance, but I think last time Janine visited the UK, I was planning to stream it and then I had a really bad headache, if folks can remember. So it's nice to be able to put that one right. Welcome to Newcastle, Janine. So memory serves, Janine is 14C, so she's on the port side, i.e. the left side, so the side that we can see at the minute. Somewhere near the wing exits, the wing emergency exits. But she hasn't got a window seat, so we're not going to get a wave. The shot really is coming down the stairs. I know when I travelled on this plane, they only brought us out the front, so it took quite a long time to deboard. I think they hold about 104 people, all told, or passengers that is. So Janine will be, I think, to the left of the left hand of those two emergency exit doors. Hard left. Oh no! Oh dearie me. Well, we don't get the deboarding shots. There's a rough break. Well, Rab, as I was saying earlier on, it certainly was a hard landing when I came in on one of these. Really great flight, but anyway, let's get a bit of biz propping with the Beach King Air 350i.
apparently it's the largest iteration of the Beach King Airs. Just checking my notes to see if that is in fact true. Only messing, I'm pretty sure it is. Inbound from Prestwick. It's a nice profile. Yeah, very nice. So, a good moment to take stock of where we are, really. Connor, hello. Hello to you. So you're in the UK, Newcastle International Airport, in the northeast of England, my friend. I'm Mark, your commentator, if you will, for what's going to be another half an hour probably. Whereabouts are you anyway, Connor? What part of the world do you hail from? Deborah Speller. I'm thinking of some cuss type words, really. It's just the way it goes into it. A lot of the time that plane ends up the other side of this Chewy, and in fact, bearing in mind that's a positioning flight, I don't know, it just feels we've been shortchanged by Chewy. No, by the airport. Should have put Janine somewhere over here. That would have been really agreeable. But of course, airports don't work on that basis. So Connor's out there in the United States. Come on, Connor, do tell which part. Going to leave the camera there for the minute. I'm just curious which way the passengers are going to be brought through to the gate. Whether they'll walk in front of that Chewy, I'm not sure. We'll loiter the camera there, cannot hurt. So as Chippers was saying, British Airways is pretty much, well no, we've got another positioning flight. We've got a jet to him from Manchester at 5:20. So looks like we've got our second positioning flight of the show.
Southwest USA for Connor. Very good. So taking stock of what we've got Jet 2 in from Manchester 1723, British Airways in from Heathrow 1729. Ryanair from Chania looks like it's going to be outside of our run time. And there's a baby bus, Bulgaria Air, which I don't think was listed when I checked this morning, but is running late anyway, so it's going to be outside of our run time. The baby bus, a very plain looking one at that. So 191 likes, says my machine. 9 short of 200. Can we do it, folks? That's kind of half an hour or so of the show, give or take. 9 more likes. If you get to share your mandate, go on, share the love. You know it makes sense. Right, there's the lofty passengers starting to stroll across the shot. We'll see how we do. Janine, if you've rejoined the show, you need to wave. We're on you, possibly. Thanks, Connor. Very kind words, mate. Finnair A350 fan Dallas out of here because of personal reasons. Alright, mate, well, you do take care. Not sure if I've missed something, but thanks for watching, my friend.
Right, so our next inbound arrival is a Lauda Air from Zadar. That is currently crossing the coast at South Shields. An A320-200. Departed Zadar 2 hours 28 minutes ago and should be with us in 5. So that is actually, didn't think we were getting that one. What time was that due in? Scheduled at 4:45. Ah, very good. Yorkshire biker? I don't know. Janine may not think we've got this perspective, although if she looked she'd see. But when you're down pointed towards the terminal, it's not as easy to spot this spot, I don't think. Anyway, we'll pop the camera around in a minute. I know Janine was row 14, so in fact look, we've got chewy borders now, so it's probably like a bit of a too many people in too many directions kind of thing. So Finnair A350, we are on air tomorrow, mate, from 14:30 UK time. So that's me and the Tiger Moth, and we're also back on air Sunday at Edinburgh, and that'll be 10 to 8 in the morning through till 1:30 in the afternoon UK time, of course. So it's sort of three consecutive days where we're streaming, which very, very unusual. So I hope you can join us. Wow, they're getting them on there quick. So we get to see a Lauda today, a Lauda Europe. It is just crossing the coast now. Janine K, don't worry, I've made those steps myself, because I often wonder, can I see where I'd be spotting from? And it's so different, isn't it? Sorry that you got blocked out by the Chewy that's in shot at the minute, but listen, it was lovely to catch your flight. When you watch it back, can you see yourself? That's the main thing. If you can see yourself walking across, that's fine. You can tell us who that person is another time, and we'll share it on the social stream that we've got coming up in July. Crikey, I'm struggling to keep up with where things are going. Anyway, welcome to Newcastle. Rab, you'll need to be checking in for blooming hydration and snacks. Oh, somebody's on finals now. It is that Lauda Europe. And it is nicely into finals now. So, where is it at the minute? It is just shy of 2,000 feet and declining. So that's going to be your next action team. And behind that we've got Jet2 with their inbound positioning flight from Manchester, and British Airways with their shuttle from London Heathrow. Yeah, I think Deborah Speller's advice is bang on the money actually for Janine. Brolly required. To be fair, my brolly has been invaluable today. Invaluable. Rab's going tooled up for his ride tomorrow. Brilliant. Right, let's get ready for the inbound plane. What was the landing like, Janine? I'd seen Rab's comment that it seemed a bit heavy. Mine was heavy, certainly, when I came back from Frankfurt. Couldn't really tell from my perspective, because obviously when you are looking on a small viewfinder, you're not really looking at stuff like that.
So in she comes. Nice change of pace actually. A Lauda rather than a Ryanair. Oh right, sorry Rob. Sunday. I'm feeling like it's Saturday today. Easy confused. That looks decidedly Ryanair liveried. The picture I got up on my plane, on my page, shows something different. Nah, it is a Lauda. Optical illusion. Recognise the stripe. Got the sun now directly behind me, so the viewfinder is in full sun, so it's not a particularly clean view. Anyway, Lauda it is. Just take a quick picture for the Facebook page. I'll take one more in front of the tower. That's the one. That might be a thumbnail for another day. So next arrival is Twinkling in the Sky. If it runs in the order I remember it, it will be Jet 2, but who knows. Jet 2. I guess British Airways tucked in behind that. Lovely jubbly. So the inbound Jet 2 from Manchester departed 25 minutes ago. Take me that long to get back to the car. I exaggerate slightly, but and behind that we've got British Airways, so it's all about the arrival action at the minute. Now W says, can we get to 200 likes before the next plane lands? Nell's on 194. What am I on? I found a way of getting mine up now. 195. Can we do it, folks? It's still about 1,000 foot off the deck. Let's see if we get the 200 up. Right, Ryanair have pushed back and turned for, which plane is that one? I'm not entirely sure actually. Better investigate. The return flight to Gdansk. Let's push back and turn. There we go. likes to go, says Nell. 200 is nearly there, team. There for the taking. So we're definitely in that back end of the show. As I was saying at the start, we potentially run till 6, but in reality, if the action is drying up before then, we'll call it sooner. At which point in broadcasting no action. It's like Corridon have pushed back and turned over on the far side with their very distinctive tail fin now showing. So we'll see a bit more of this in a minute. Let's get the inbound British Airways arrival. Yorkshire Biker, I have just seen your great kindness, mate, gifting a membership which has gone to Finnair A350 fan Dallas, Australia. Well, there you go. Circle of life. Someone that's in the show. Thank you, Yorkshire Biker. We'll do the fireworks in a jiff. Yeah, finding a bit of wind there. Let's get the fireworks on. These are for you, Yorkshire Biker. Thank you, mate. To hold in a minute, I think. Give way to Ryanair. $200 is up. Thank you, Gary Fleming, Les Donaldson, and whoever that magic person was. Mel W in there as well. Thank you so much for steering us to the line. Great effort, team. Great effort. Nice way to bring things towards their natural conclusion. Of course, if you are watching the show and you've yet to subscribe, finish off with a winning hand and hit the subscribe button. Entirely free. So Off to Dalaman is this. I think I called this Antalya earlier on, but Dalaman it seems. 50-50. Sure strong. Doors are closed on that Chewy, which came a short while ago from Gatwick. So let's have a look see. So we've got Ryanair heading out for Gdansk. What else is likely to be happening? So KLM are due out to Amsterdam at 5:30, 2 minutes time. Not sure how that's going to work out. I don't think they've had long enough on the deck. CityJet due out at 20 to 6. Oh, I think we're going to do one more, Rab. I think we're going to do perhaps one or two more. We'll take the departing Ryanair and then see if anything else is moving or imminent to move. If it's not, we'll call it a that. Because my stomach kind of thinks my neck has been cut at the minute. So my throat's been cut. I think we're out of incoming action, so I think it's going to be very much a case of wave this baby off, wave it away, and that'll be us. They are boarding, I think, the louder at the minute, but I don't think it's going to be any use to us. Deborah Speller, I am glad you have enjoyed the show, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow, although I suspect I'm going to be a bit sleep deprived because I'm pretty excited. So this could be the final plane of the show, folks. If the Chewy that is in the foreground starts bleeping by the time we've waved this off, we'll stay for that, but if we're dry on planes, we'll call it. Nothing heading in. The only thing on the deck, nothing on the deck transponding. Let's just have a quick look see. I think we're going to call it, folks. I'm just going to spin it round, go to camera, do the say goodbye and all the rest of it, or say hello, say goodbye. Crikey. So there we are, that's the Friday show, all done and dusted. Thank you so much everybody that supported the show. As always, a massive shout to the moderators. Thank you so much for your fantastic help in helping the show be what it is. So Alibi58, Rab H, Les Donaldson, Alexandra Wood, Mel W as well. Thank you one and all, fantastic team. Also, due credits as always to everyone that supported us in some way during the show. Janine K with a very kind super chat early doors in the show. Britannia079 took membership of the PSA Crew Lounge, which was excellent, as did Tony Cage, so great to have you both on board. Simon E also gifted a membership, as did Yorkshire Biker, so thank you to you both. And Jamie Miller passed 14 months for the channel. And as we reflected, bear with me while I just get the tablet. As we reflected at the time, where does 14 months go? I'm just going to go to the bottom of the chat and see if there's anything I particularly need to say hello to or respond to. Alan Ray, you are too kind. I'm a bit sunburned. I put loads of cream on, but I think the rain probably took it off. And yeah, folks, you've absolutely been fantastic. Superb support. It's just been great hanging out with you down at the airport, catching the planes. And just checking there's nothing cheeky to finish with, to close out with, but doesn't seem to be the case. So you'll blame Rab H for this. Since he's been talking about fish and chips, I'm absolutely famished, so I'm off for some tea. Whatever you're doing this evening, have a great time. Really hope to see as many of you as possible tomorrow when we're live at Esher Airfield, 2:30 UK time. Might be a little bit earlier, as I was saying a short while ago. And that's me and a tiger moth, all been filmed by Eddie. And then Sunday we take the show back up into Scotland from Edinburgh from 10 to 8 UK time Sunday morning. So whichever way you want to cut it, plenty of action to enjoy. Hope we can share some of it together. So take care. Bye now.